Kit Kats can read.
Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video, and in today's video I've actually got a tag video for you guys. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've actually sat down, I was looking through all the tags that I've been tagged in that I just haven't got around to doing just because of reasons, and I picked the 52 nifty bookish questions tag, and in this one I was actually tagged by my good friend Dane Cobain from Dane Reads on BookTube, and there are, well, there's 52 questions, so I'm going to answer them the best that I can. So I'll be reading the questions off of my phone, and oh my goodness, like, let's get started. So question number one is, what book are you reading right now? So this book I have just started, Did I Mention I Need You by Estelle Mascami, which is book number 2 that's in the Did I Mention I Love You series. I binged with the first one, I was addicted, and now I'm on to this one. This is a forbidden romance book, which is one of my favourite tropes. That's why I'm reading it, and yeah, I can't wait to dive more into this book. Question number 2 is, what was the last thing that you highlighted? And I don't annotate my books, I just don't have the heart to do them because I'm such a collector, and I just don't. It makes my skin crawl. I have no problem like other people doing it, but like for me to do it, like I just feel so awkward. So I actually highlight a weekly planner that I do. It's like a daily one where I highlight it, and it was actually like my iTalk session that suggested to do that, where, you know, your daily tasks, whether it being like household or leisure or anything, like to put a mix of all three, like routine things that you do, let's say on a Monday, things that you necessarily need to do, like you go to the dentist, and then your leisurely stuff like to find time to read. And so I highlight 3 of them and different colours, and then you get to see which ones there is more of, and the idea is you've got to try and balance your week out so that all 3 are equal, so that you're not ignoring the necessary things you need to do or going out of your routine sort of to make you feel like worse, that sort of thing. Question number 3 is, what do you plan to read next? I think my next read is going to be Pretty Little Liars, the first book. We are doing a group read of that on Twitter, so I need to get that read pretty soon. Question number 4 is, one fiction writer, living or dead, with which I would like to grab a drink with. Oh my goodness, there are so many. I could list like a few. J.K. Rowling, obviously, for Harry Potter. She's probably my main one, but there's others like Sophie Kinsella, there is Casey West, there, you know, Helen Huang, Christina and Lauren. I'd love to meet them. Just all of my like famous books, Jessica Brodie, John Green. Like I would love to just, if any one of them was like, hey Katie, let's go get a drink, I'd be like, hell to the air. And you know, but you know, even if they weren't those authors, like I'd still like sit down with an author and just talk books, that sort of thing, because, you know, why the hell not? Question number 5 is, one non-fiction writer, living or dead, by which I'd like to grab a drink. Not really a non-fiction sort of person, but I suppose like I would love to meet Stephen Fry. He's written like quite a few like of his biographies and non-fiction sort of books at the moment, or David Attenborough. I'd love to sit down with him. Number 6 is, one poet, living or dead, by which I would like to grab a drink. Okay, so the one person that comes to mind is Elizabeth Acevedo, because she is just so like big on BookTube at the moment, and I did read The Poet X and I did really enjoy it, and that's the only sort of poetry book that I've like ever sort of read. Question number 7 is, one booktuber which I would like to go grab a drink with. Again, this is like so many, but the main person that I think I would love to just sit down with is actually Haley from Haley and Bookland. Like, she reads the same sort of books that I read, and we have very similar tastes. Her or Bookables, Heather from Bookables, like I would love to meet Heather. Like, I watch both of these booktubers, like as soon as their video goes up. If I can watch, I watch it straight away. If not, it's in my watch later, and then I watch it later, like literally, like they are just like my auto booktubers. I love both of them so much. Question number 8, Emily Dickinson or Edgar Allan Poe. I actually haven't read any books by these, so I don't really want to give an answer to this question because I don't really know. Plus I don't want to insult either one of them. Question number 9 is Hemingway or Fitzgerald. I would probably say like Fitzgerald on that because he did The Great Gatsby, and I've read a sort of book that's like that, and I think I'm gonna like sort of the Gatsby style to it. Number 10 is Jane Austen or Charles Dickens. I'm gonna have to go for Jane Austen because, you know, romance writer and just general women's fiction sort of book. Sorry. Question 11 is Harris or Hitchens. I will probably say Harris on this one. Question number 12 is Stephen King or Michael Crichton. I will pick Stephen King because Stephen King is literally a king. 13 is Bret Easton Ellis or Chuck Palahniuk. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't heard of either of these. So again, I can't really say. Question number 14 is Kurt Vonnegut or John Green. Gonna have to say John Green because The Fault in the Stars is one of my favourite books. Shakespeare's poems or plays? The plays, but I have performed a couple of Shakespeare's plays and they were so fun to perform. Twelfth Night was one of them and I was the jester, and it was such a fantastic experience. Adrian Fort or Dalton Gentry. I haven't heard of either of these either, so yeah, just can't really answer that one either. Question 17, Cormac, McCarthy or J.K. Rowling. Well, this one's a given really. Like, you guys are like, oh, I can pick that for you, Katie. Yeah, sorry, J.K. Rowling just wins. Question 18 is Hannibal Lecter or Voldemort. This is a tough one because I really like Hannibal Lecter as a character. And even Voldemort, like there's just something about Voldemort. So, this is really tough. I think I'm gonna have to pick Hannibal Lecter, just because he's just very clever, and how he just kind of like helps out. Yeah, Hannibal Lecter. 19, T.C. Boyle or George Saunders. I can't really choose between these two either. Question 20 is good writing or a good story. This is a tough one. Do you know what? I'm probably gonna have to say good story, because I don't go too much on the really flowery writing. Most of the time it gets me lost. I am normally very happy with simple writing, and yeah, if it's a good story, yeah, I would enjoy it. Oh, this is a tough one. Question 21, young adult or children's lit? I will probably have to say young adult. I do like some children's stories because I mean Harry Potter's a children's story, but yeah, I'm gonna have to say young adult because I do marginally read young adult a lot more. Question 22 is irony or humour? Oh, I think humour. I do love a good bit that makes me laugh. 23 is sci-fi or horror? I will have to pick sci-fi. Not really too much of a horror fan, plus, you know, if it's too gruesome I wouldn't really watch it. And I do get intrigued with sci-fi. 24, fantasy or non-fiction. I'm not really a non-fiction fan, so I will go with fantasy. Plus, I do enjoy a good fantasy if it's done really well. We're halfway through now, near enough. Rather find a new favourite contemporary writer or a new favourite old-time great. Ooh, that's tough. Finding a new writer or a new favourite book. Probably have to go with a new favourite old-time book, because the amount of times that I've read a book that was written a few years ago, there is like a new favourite book of mine. It's such a good feeling. 26, sonnet or haiku? I'm not really a poetry sort of person, and haikus are bizarre, so I think I'm going to go with a sonnet. 27, Sestina or Villanelle? I don't know what that is, or who that is, or yeah, I'm sorry, like that was really bad. 28, spend the evening at a library or spend it at a bookstore? Bookstore, definitely. Magazine or a Wikipedia article? Magazine. I get magazines fairly frequently, even if they're only like video game magazines, but like I still prefer reading magazines. Dictionary or encyclopedia? I'm gonna have to go with encyclopedia. The writer I would like to write my biography. I want someone quirky. I'm thinking actually Holly Smale would be really good, or Katie Birchall, like, because they write really good, geeky, quirky, funny series, and I think they would be really, really good at writing my biography. 32, I do/do not highlight my books. I don't. 33, I do/do not write in my books. I don't. 34, earliest memory of a library. I think the earliest that I can remember is I was about 10. I just remember that I think it was when I just started secondary school, I was just about to, so I was about 10/11, and it was Burnham Library, and I went there and I went mental with all the books, and Animal Ark was like first book there, and Series of Unfortunate Events as well. I just remember those being the first books that I checked out. Question number 35 is the last time you went to a library. I don't think I've been this year. If I have, it's been in January, but I know that I went last year. 36, have you ever stolen or accidentally stolen books from the library? No, but I've accidentally had library books go beyond their time before. I had a nightmare about one like the other month that I'd still got a book on loan that I needed to return, and I'd had it for like over a month and the fine was just building and building and building. Yeah, that's a horrible nightmare. How many books do you own? Oh my goodness, I counted this the other day. Do you mean unread books or like in total? Because unread books, I have over 2,000 at the moment. Read books, it will probably bring it an extra 100 or so, because I've read like 100 or so, and the books that I loved I keep. The books that I don't think I could read again as a favourite I tend to give away, even if I give it 4 stars. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I could happily just get that as an ebook just to sort of save space. So I've been really good in that sort of sense, but I do have a lot of unread books. 38, how many books do you think would make for a reasonable personal library? Ooh, I think a few hundred. 500? 39, so their Sense and Sensibilities, Sea of Monsters, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. How do you feel about the phenomenon? You know, to be honest, I've got Sense and Sensibilities. I think I got it last year if I remember. Sea Monsters. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies I recently got, like a few months ago. I'm thinking. I just remember getting it second hand. I think it's quirky. I think it's really quirky. 40, horror trope you would like to see get more love. Oh my goodness, I'm not really like a horror fan, so I don't really like have a trope with a horror. Oh god, even when watching films, I don't like it when they're home alone. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe like some more ghostly, paranormal, like werewolf sort of horrors. Something that you think gets underutilized in sci-fi. Well, I'm not really sure. I can't really think. Nothing comes to mind about something that gets underutilized. Flash fiction, form or format of literature, or it's just a short story, dummy. Form of or format of literature. Does that mean like your favourite format, or do you just like a short story? I'm assuming that's what it's going to mean. To be honest, my favourite sort of format, I don't mind dual perspectives. I do love a good book that's at least 300 pages. I think anything under 300 pages sometimes is a bit scary, but some people can achieve it really well. But yeah, I love hardbacks. That's just my favourite, like a good hardback book that's 300 pages or more. 43. If you could own one book from all of history, what would it be? Ooh, one book from all of history. Well, I own most classics, to be honest. Ooh, one book from history. Ooh, maybe something to do with Henry VIII. Like, I always really get fascinated with Henry VIII and all of his wives. 44. Audiobooks. Are they the same as reading? Yes. I know someone is reading them to you, but it still counts as reading because most of the time we are too busy to get everything done. Somebody is reading to us. Yes, we are not reading, but it still counts as reading because when we're listening, we are reading the book in our heads. Most literary songwriter of your time. Oh. Well, we know that I like McFly. So, those. What writer embarrasses you the most because you haven't read them? Oh my goodness, who haven't I read? I did read Shed and Bone once, so I can't say Lee Bardugo. There's another author that I haven't read, I suppose Stephanie Garber. I haven't read her books, and I'm ashamed that I haven't read her books. I've read Cassandra Clare, I've read Tahira Murphy. I'm just trying to think. Donielle Clayton, I haven't read her books and everyone talks about her. Ooh, let's think. Neil Schusterman, I've read a couple of his books. Sarah Dessen, I suppose. I haven't read any book by her. And Victoria Schwab, I've only read her young adult book, The Archive. I haven't read her adult series. So I suppose, and Hollyborn. I'm really embarrassed about Hollyborn. 47 is, what writer embarrasses you because you read too much from them? I don't get embarrassed by reading too much from authors, don't be daft. 48, what is a biography you are looking forward to reading? Do you know what? I've got it down here somewhere. Down here, and it's called Furiously Happy. I didn't get to read it in the mental health one, but I was showing it to my boyfriend Ben, and even he was kind of intrigued, and I think I just would love to read it. I'd love to read Alan Carr's autobiography. 49, do you have a dream reading cubby? What does that mean? Like, do you have a dream reading cubby? What? That makes no sense. A dream reading cubby. A dream reading cupboard? Or a reading cupboard that you dream of having? I'm assuming that's what it means. So I used to have a book cupboard at my nan's. At the moment it's my garage. So I would like to sort this area out a bit more. I've got my chair, but I could totally put another mini bookshelf there, and I'm just like, I'm umming and ahhing at it because I recently moved my CDs over. 50, last literary phenomenon that really got your gears grinding. Don't think I can think of anything. 51, what was the last piece of literature that changed the way that you read? Well, I suppose like adult books in general, like Sophie Kinsella was the first chick lit that I read, and that was I've Got Your Number, so she got me into adult books. And the last question is, what booktuber have you been watching the most recently? I'm probably going to have to repeat myself with the two that I mentioned earlier. Hayley and Bookland and Heather from the Bookables are just two booktubers that I watch religiously, and I've just been watching them loads lately. But I've been looking on the BookTube newbie tag and at BookTube newbies and been subbing to them, and there's some really great people that have got awesome potential, so I'll probably be watching those people soon. So that is finally the end of this bloody long tag that is called the 52 Nifty Bookish Questions tag. And thank you to Dane Reads again for tagging me in this. Most of these I couldn't answer. I feel like a literary freak, like I need to read some Emily Dickinson and Charles Dickens, and loads of other things and to do some more research, but I'm just stuck in my little YA bubble at the moment, which I just am happy to be in, to be honest. So yeah, that's it. If you've enjoyed this tag, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I'm not going to tag anybody. I'm just going to say that if you would like to do this, then feel free to do it. I feel like you've got to really be good at your literature in order to get this tag done. Like, I made a complete baboon of myself in this video, so do your research before you do this tag, guys, because I certainly didn't. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. All of my social media links will be down below if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more of these videos, more of my face. I am doing my best to try and find a sort of schedule at the moment for uploading, like Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm kind of thinking of. Let me know what you guys think, whether a schedule would get you more like, yeah, Katie uploads have videos on a Tuesday and a Thursday, woo! Or whether you're just like, you know, okay, I don't care when you upload, I'll just watch you whenever. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching my video as always. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I will see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye!